Okay. Kind of a sad day today. Although, seems like a lot of days are like that. I just came back from the doctor's appointment at the urology. I have to go there monthly. I have my catheter changed out. I have a suprapubic catheter, which is a tube that goes through my abdomen, my lower belly, goes straight into my bladder to drain urine, because my bladder doesn't drain properly on its own. And we're thinking it's from the nerve damage in my neck from when I had that mass. We're not quite sure. It had done okay on its own for a while, and then because I had one prior, and then we were able to remove it, and then I had to get it put back in. Not really sure why. I'm hoping to not have this forever, but who knows? It's very inconvenient to have a tube strapped to you 24/7, and then trying to hide it under clothes and whatnot. But it's kind of important because you can't not drain the urine. It's at the waste from your body, so you have to get that out of your body, or you don't survive, and you get really sick if your body doesn't get that out. And I drink a ton of water, and I'm not kidding. Even like when I'm in the hospital, I had the last nurse that I said that to. He said, "Well, you turned Doubting Thomas around." He said, "Because I did not believe you when you said that, and because they measure your output, they measure how much you drink and then how much you output." He said, "Yeah, I was a Doubting Thomas, and you changed my mind, because I do. I literally drink, I at least probably a gallon a day, if not more, of water, and then sometimes I have tea, and or very rarely I'll have like a flavor packet, like a non sugar flavor packet, or like a lemonade mix thing or something like that. And I drink a coffee every morning. And that's about it. That's about all. I've had tea, coffee, and then water. Mostly water. And I drink so much water. And so I have to empty this bag often. I hate my brain. Oh, okay, so I'm at the office to have this catheter changed out. Now, I get to know these girls pretty well because I'm there all the time. I'm there monthly, and, it takes a little bit to get everything prepped and, cleaned up, and then, switch the thing out, and we chit-chat a little bit. And some of these girls I know, back and forth and whatnot. And I was talking to one of them, and they're like, "How you been? What's going on?" And, I'm a talker. I don't have a filter, usually. I know that's probably not always a good thing. But I don't withhold information from people. They can usually read it on my face. I can't help it. I don't have a filter. I never have. And when she called me back, it startled me because she said it super loud, and it kind of startled me. And I looked at her, and I started willing back there. I was like, "Oh, it brings me back to to my grade school days." I said, "I went to a Catholic grade school, and I'm sorry. We had a nun and sister Sister William was pretty intimidating. And back in the day, they could paddle you. And she had a big old wooden paddle in her office. And our principal, if she hollered your name, you knew it. And she was very terrifying. And I was like, I said, when you said my name, I said, I thought I was being called to the principal's office. And she just started giggling. She said, you never went to the principal's office. I was like, no, never. I knew how to sit down and be quiet. And we just giggled about that. But the other little girl was in there with us. She knows a little bit about my story and how upset I am that my children aren't around. And our relationship's not how I want it to be. And she's upset because she's got a 15-year-old that is pulling away from her. And I actually made her cry because I was telling her about my oldest one that I'm struggling to reconnect with. And all of my adult children I am struggling to reconnect with. I want our relationship. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what happened. I spent 30 years, almost 31 years, sacrificing everything in me for my family. Everything I did, every decision I made, every ounce, minute, second of every single day, I spent for our family. Working, cooking, cleaning, everything was for our family. I didn't do anything for any other purpose. I did it for our family. And now I don't understand what's happening. Me and my husband were up this morning at like 5 a.m. talking about this. We don't understand what is going on with these kids, these adult children. We don't understand it's like we're in a time warp, or I don't know. Twilight Zone? I don't know. We cannot figure it out. Because we had such insane upbringings, such ridiculous childhoods, and we strived so hard that our children wouldn't have that, so they wouldn't have to go through the things we went through, so that they would have such a different life and not have to struggle like we did, not have to deal with all the craziness like we did. And because of that, their lives are so much better, in our opinions. They had such a leg up. They had such a better start. They had such a better foundation as adults. Our jobs as parents, we thought our jobs as parents are to raise capable, independent, young adults, capable people, so that when they became adults, they were able to be functioning, productive members of society with good morals, good judgments, good all around people. That was our goal as parents. And I know we achieved that goal because we have absolutely marvelous children. They are super intelligent, kind, loving, just awesome people. Yet, to us, they're treating us unkindly. For some reason, all of a sudden now, we're the enemy. And I can't figure that out. Like, we are so confused. Me and both. I have no idea what happened. I don't know what happened. Now, granted, when I was sick, I was not very nice. I was not very nice. And I know you can't always apologize for things you say. But golly, sometimes they were adults. And sometimes you have to consider that when people are going through things, things can be said. I don't know how to fix that. I was dying. And I don't even know what I said to them that maybe, I don't know. I don't even know if that's what it is. All I know is this is ridiculous. I don't know. But this poor girl today, you know, she was asking, and I was like, look, I got one getting ready to turn 31 years old, and I am trying to figure this out myself. She's like, I feel like I'm going to be in that same situation. I said, well, you know what? I said, the best advice I have for you is to prepare yourself. I said, because I never in a million years would have thought I'd be in this position. I thought I was rock solid with my kids. I thought I had a rock solid relationship with them. You could have asked anybody I knew. You could have asked everybody. Because I did everything and anything for my children, with my children. I was on their team. I never missed anything. I was always there for them. I was their number one cheerleader. I was their number one supporter. I was always there. So I never saw this coming. I was so blindsided by this complete and total abandonment. So I told her, I gave her a hug. I said, sweetheart, I'm so sorry you're dealing with this. And I told her, I said, if you just need somebody to talk to, give me a call. I said, I don't know how to, I said, sometimes it's just that age. I said, all my kids pulled away as a teenager and then came back around because they did. They pulled away. Preteen, like 12, 13, they pull away. And then they would come back around. They all did that. And then they came back around. But this is this is different. Like when I got sick, they all just vanished. And I didn't raise them away. You don't just abandon the people you love. So I don't really know where or why they did this. And so I really didn't have good advice for this poor girl. And I didn't make her cry, but her situation made her cry. And I wish I could help her. So I told her, I was like, well, if you just need a friend, I'm here because I don't have any friends anymore anyway. So if you just need to vent, she has 5 kiddos, and this is her oldest one is 15, and it's breaking her heart too, and I hate that for her. Because as mamas, the majority of us, I think, we try our best, we do our best. I mean, we make mistakes, I guess, and we can't be forgiven. You can ask for forgiveness, you can beg, you can try and make up for it. I guess that's not good enough. I don't know. But I'm trying. I keep trying every single day. I don't know. They never tell you this. They don't tell you any of this. There's a million books out there on how to raise your kids, on what to do with them. But there ain't no book out there to prepare you. I don't care how many books you read. I don't care. I don't care how many classes you take. It will never prepare you. So, for anybody out there that needs it, if no one's told you today, you are loved. And until next time, take care.